recording. Hello. It's been a long time since I have come onto YouTube and made a video. I have been busy doing lots and lots of stuff and just living. But anyway, it's coming up to 2.5 years, so it is more than time for an update. And as you can see, the locks are growing. So I've just done a little compilation. What's the word? Anyway, I've just put together some pictures so you can see what's been happening since the last time I have been on YouTube. And I just wanted to give you a very quick update in regards to what I've been doing. So I have been self-maintaining for since probably about January, February time. I did mention in my last video that I wanted to start retightening my hair, but I didn't appreciate how technical it actually was. So the first time I did it, I did kind of create a few twins, double-headed dragons, a few knots and bumps and bumbles. And then my loctician said to me, do the first one yourself, after she gave me the lesson. And she said, then come back to see me the following month when you're due for a retight, and I will then retighten your hair to see how everything went. And she said, based upon how I did, she considers that it would be a good option for me to do one retight and then she do the next one. And I thought, you know, that's very good for me. So the first time I did it, it took me the whole weekend. When I say the whole weekend, it wasn't the whole full weekend. I did a little bit on a Friday, then I've done some more on a Saturday, more on the Sunday, and I had a teeny weeny little bit of less than about a quarter of my head to do on the Monday. And I would say the most challenging thing is really keeping my arms up and really the bit of pressure on the base of the neck, because you're bending forward to try and put it in. But other than that, she was a very good teacher. She taught me very well, and I think I was just very anxious about doubling some of them up the first time, which I did do. And then what I did was once I knew I had put it through the wrong one, I left it, and then the loctician untangled it when I went for the retight. And then the second time I did it, I really took my time and I sectioned off my hair into small sections, and I just done a few hours at a time and gave myself some time to rest, and that was a lot better. And I would say probably I did the front of my head one day, probably took about 6 hours, and then I sectioned off the back of my head into like 4 quarters, and I did I would say one half of that on the Saturday, and then I left the other half of that for the Sunday. So all in all, it was a much better job done. How many times have I done it now? So I've either done it 2 or 3 times myself, probably 2, I reckon. Second time was much better because I sectioned it off and I really took my time, and I just really made sure I felt what I was doing, and if I felt that I made a mistake, I just pulled it back through instead of just continuing to do the retight, which is what I did the first time around, which is why some of them were in a state. Anyway, but the only thing I did this time around, I did manage to create a few knots in the same lock. And my loctician managed, I think I had about four knots. My loctician managed to spend the time, the last time I went for my retight, to untangle the knots. I'm not even sure why. I think it was caused because I didn't pull it through properly the first time, and then the second time when I went to pull it through, it was building on top of the knot till it gets so big I couldn't really continue to try pulling it through. One of them I had to actually lose the whole lock because it was too big a knot. It was somewhere around here. I think it should have been here. Yeah, right there. So that one was cut off. I felt it. I felt my strength go. But yeah, she said that there was no way she was going to be able to untangle that one. So I think she said the next time you feel as though you're creating a knot, just stop and leave it and I will deal with it. So that's what I'm going to do. But I do feel good about doing it, because had I not retightened my own head, I wouldn't have realised that I was thinning on the crown of my head. Yikes! Because of the menopause. So I wasn't aware that the crown of my head was getting quite thin. So because I was starting to retighten it myself, I started to really get to know what my locks were like and what they were doing and the different stages they were at and how different some of them were and how delicate some were in the middle of my head. So because of the thinning, I've now started to sort of mix up some castor oil with some lavender, clary sage, and some rosemary essential oils. And I just kind of, a couple of times a week, I just place it in the crown of my head and I just give it a good massage. I've been doing more exercise, been eating a lot more fruit and vegetables, trying to improve my diet. Started to take vitamin D to see if I can sort of stop and slow down the process, because I'm not able to go bald head. And then I notice the front is just a little bit thinning as well. So same thing, I try and make sure I don't style it too much. I don't pull it too tight from the roots, and I'm just a lot more careful with it because I realise I'm going for a bit of a transition. Call all age, but yeah, I ain't giving in so easily. So yeah, my hair's been thinning a little bit. What else? Yeah, so I've tried to keep making sure. At the moment we've got really nice weather, lovely hot weather in England, which is very unusual. We're going for a bit of a heat wave. I think the world is actually hotting up. But so I've been moisturising my hair a lot more regularly, making sure that my hair is well moisturised with water, and then I put oil in it as well in my roots so that it's not crispy and dry. Been going swimming. Yes, I started to go swimming about a month ago. Why? Some bad driving out there. And at the moment, the swimming hat fits well, but when I do the backstroke, I do notice the water goes up underneath, which actually always happened. But I think I'm going to investigate going online and finding a few. I know there are some swimming caps designed for people who have got braids and locks and stuff. So I think I'm going to invest in one of those, because soon I'm going to need a bigger swimming cap, because I'm not giving up my swimming. But yeah, the same thing when I go swimming, I just make sure again that my hair is been recently moisturized, therefore it's got a bit of oil in it, so I'm thinking that way that the water's not going to saturate my hair. And then I always rinse my hair through under the shower, just give it a water rinse really before I go into the sauna, because you know I love my sauna. And I haven't really noticed no ill effects on my hair since I've been swimming. So very good. What else have I been up to? Just doing a bit more styles. I've noticed now it's getting a bit longer. So when it's very hot, I tend to put it up because it's getting a bit hot on my neck. I'm not complaining about the length, but I don't know how people deal with the long hair, because even when I'm putting on clothes, sometimes it gets caught in the clothes and caught on my shoulder bag. But I ain't showing off, but it's growing fast. So I'll give you a little twirl. If you have a look, you can see actually, look. It's on my shoulders really. Here. It's kind of looking a bit layered at the front. And let's see if I can swing around and show the side view. This is what the side looks like. So yeah, they're growing very quickly. So it's giving me a lot more options in terms of styling. Still thin, but I'm used to my thinness now. Yeah, I've got a few more options in regards to styling. I still got this short one at the front that was shorter than the rest. I can't remember what happened to this one. I think half of it broke off or something. But it gets on my nerves a bit sometimes, because when you're doing a style, it just kind of hangs out. And I did actually colour my roots a while ago to try and create like an ombre effect. Because when I had coloured my hair red last September, I think it was, the colour's still on the ends, obviously, because it's a permanent dye. But as the greys were coming through, like just mostly the front, to be honest, where my greys live, I didn't want to dye the whole head, so I dyed the base of it like a dark brown to try and create like an ombre. I don't know if you can really see it well. A bit of an ombre effect. So it kind of came out alright. So I think the next time will happen when the greys start coming through more. Just got a few there at the front. I'll just repeat the process, and hopefully I'll just only have to ever dye just the roots, and I'll keep the colour on the ends until I get fed up of it. But I wonder if I can show you the thinness of my, so you can see like the middle bit. It's a little bit thinner in the middle here. Is this where the lost? No, that's not where the lost one was. Yeah, just a bit thinner in the middle here. So this is my little delicate zone. So had I not been retightening my own hair, I don't think I would have really have noticed so much, you know. It's only when I was retightening I thought, weird, how come the roots are so thin? So that's the roots, when I'm retightening it, they're really tiny, really fragile amount of hair on the roots. But I still retighten them, but it's just very much more delicate. So my hair was last retightened about 3 weeks ago. No, 2 Fridays ago. So it's still kind of neat-ish. Let's see if I can show you anything on this side here. Don't know if you can see. So it's still pretty neat. Let me show you the back, if I can. This is the back here. So that's me. So I hope everybody is well. And I will say to anybody who is quite early on their journey that it does go quite quickly. Once you're past the braiding and the banding stage and the very early stages, it's so easy after that. You don't have to do next to nothing with your hair. And what I'm really enjoying is, if for example, especially because the weather is quite warm at the moment, the weather's hot. So like for example, if I'm going out, like I was going out yesterday, I was going to a baby shower. And I got up and I took my time. I got up, I was really tired. Baby shower started at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and about 11, just wet my hair, put in a few little curling rods, and I had a nice little quick style. And I just came around the back, left it in for about a couple of hours, went outside in the garden, make sure that my hair kind of tried to dry as much as possible, but it wasn't saturated, but I just dampened it. And you can get some quick waves and some quick curls. So that's the bit I'm really enjoying, that I can really create some quick styles very easily. I suppose one of the, maybe it's not a downside, but what I am finding is sometimes I can create some really nice styles, but it's very difficult to replicate the style exactly, because sometimes it just works however it worked out that day. You might not remember exactly what you did, or even if you did remember what you did, your hair just in a different style, different texture that day. It might be a bit thicker, bit thinner. So I don't always create the same styles in exactly the same way, but I suppose in a way it means that it's a bit more of an organic process. But all in all, I would say I am enjoying. My nose is really itching me. Sorry, don't know what's wrong with my nose. I just came in from the garden. I probably brought in a bit of pollen or something. But yeah, I am enjoying the locks. They are very easy to manage, very easy to deal with, and it's very easy to. I like it because I'm a lazy person. So yeah, easy peasy, busy, busy, busy. So yeah, so that's me. Did I write anything else down? No. Yeah, so peace in the east. I hope everybody is well. I have been watching lots of videos. I have been catching up with a lot of people and seeing how people are doing. I noticed quite a few people are pregnant and categorizing their journey. So good luck to you in your child rearing days and birth, and I hope everything goes well. And good luck when the Labor Day comes. Just remember to breathe and push and listen to the midwife. All right, so I hope everybody's well. And as I said, for anybody starting out, it's a nice little easy journey. There's nothing to be worried about. Just be patient. It gets better every time. All right, to all my regular subscribers, hey! To all my newbies, welcome. And everybody, peace. Enjoy the summer. Be good to yourself. Look after yourself. Be healthy. And I hope to see you all soon. Take care. Mwah!
We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor. chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Yeah, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me.